Oh boy. Okay. Oh, good evening, everyone. Please, can you hear me?
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, we can hear you. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Uh, uh, so you're welcome to class today. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay. Okay. So, first of all, I'd like to apologize for I don't think I changed the time. Did I change the time for coming early or earlier? I plan to do a whole lot of other things tonight. Uh, not anything, but I just plan to sleep. Plan to sleep very early. Plan to sleep very early. I've been sleeping late too much. I need to watch my health. So like I'm planning to sleep quite early, even though I will not still sleep early regardless. But I still plan to sleep early, so I had to move the class a little backward so that we can achieve and I can also achieve. Anyways, that being said, sorry for bringing the class back a little. I know we're supposed to meet by 9. If I knew that you guys didn't have any class, I would have probably allowed us to meet earlier. I think I go home like 7, so I could have allowed us to meet by maybe 8 or past 7. But I didn't know you guys didn't have any class. So, but anyways, we'll still cover. So sorry for that, number one. Now let me Jonah, thank God. I think you're new in my class. I don't know why your mic is unmuted, but I appreciate if it is muted. Thank you very much. Like I was saying, I said that okay, that being said, let me run through our plan with us again so that we know where we are headed and what we are doing. So we finished our what's the name? We finished our let me ask you guys a question. In Mr. Timmy, okay, don't worry, I'll ask him. Don't worry, I'll ask him myself. So according to our plan, we finished portfolio theory last week, yeah? Yes, we did finish is it portfolio? Yes, we finished portfolio theory last week. Then we are moving to option pricing this week. Now I'm going to finish option pricing also this week. Yes, I'll finish. I'm not rushing you. I'm sure if you had checked Pathfinders and what we have solved, I'm sure you would have understood and you'll be able to solve this question. So you cannot say I'm rushing you because I'm not. If I'm rushing you, I will start option pricing today and I'll finish today because I can. I honestly can, but I would not. So but I'll finish option pricing this week. Then I would do business reconstruction. For that business reconstruction, this is what we are going to do about it because, like I told you guys earlier, which I said practically, like last diet was the first time I was testing it. I mean, he's testing it. So we don't really have much question to deal with on it. So what I will do is I'll just explain the basics to you. I'll explain the way it works, and we'll treat the theoretical part together. And I will solve that last diet question. Or I'll look for a question because that last diet question is in revision. I want to handle it. But I've not started. So I've not started setting my revision question like I mentioned. If I have enough question, I should share. So maybe I'll just solve that last day's question in class. Then we'll call it a diet for my part. After business reconstruction, I don't think I have anything to do with you guys anymore. No, I don't. So I'll finish option price. So what I'm saying in particular is from next week. I don't think you hear from me again. Yes, I don't think you would. I think I've finished my part. I have not. I never try. Try no try. And they ask
You
me,
over
try
try.
no.
Over try.
So I don't try. So you people might not hear from me again. So by next week I would finish my classes. My part, anyways. I think Mr. Ide still has classes. Mr. Sharif also still have classes. So I don't know. I don't know their plans for you, but for me, I think that is the end. So please let's move with the plan. So now for option pricing, the plan for option pricing is I don't plan to solve questions today. So I plan to, you guys know the deal now, you know the way I move. So I plan to explain it today, give you guidelines on what we will do, how to go about it, what you need to know, the formula, just basically break down. Then we'll start off with questions from this class. I really hope that this class would not last more than say 1 hour or 1 hour 30 minutes max. I really hope it wouldn't last more than that. Anyway, so I will do introduction, then from next class. Next class might, I'm not so sure. It wouldn't, sure. I wanted to see my bit tomorrow, but I might take Wednesday. I think I have an activity for 4 to 6 in school tomorrow. So I cannot leave there by 6 and start rushing to come and I don't think I'll meet the class by 7. So I'll maybe Wednesday. So I'll finish option person there. All those being said, what else? What other announcement do I have? Okay. What other announcement do I have? I don't know. I think Apex should communicate to you guys about revision. I don't think they have. I don't think they have yet. I think they would communicate to you guys about revision. So when they communicate to you, please follow through and follow guidelines, and you excel. Okay, in the next 4 minutes, do you have any question, any observation, any conclusion, anything? Please signify. So you talk to me, please. Next 4 minutes. Start this class by 8:45. Just isn't start it for people to join me. Anything, please signify. Anything at all, please. Relating to SFM, don't ask me about your relationship. I'm not the right person to ask for that one. No question, no observation, no conclusion, no omission, nothing. Thank you guys very much. No, you guys have saved me time. Now let's move to option pricing theory. Let me check the chat box. What about agent? I already addressed agent. Now you guys have already done agent. Which one be what about? What concern me and agent? I mean, teach now. I don't know that I taught you guys agent now. Are we? You have Mr. Timmy's number. Ask him now. I already spoke to you guys about agent. Please, let's not go there. So I won't miss. I will not miss people. I'm not even going to lie. I will not miss you people at all. Why should I miss you people? People should give me 3 reasons why I should miss you. 3. I will not miss you people. I do wait to anybody. 3 reasons why I should miss you. Nobody. Exactly. So I will not miss you. We stick in the revision. Oh, mute and talk to me. Why are you typing? You fear?
Your voice have said.
You miss my sweet voice. I mean, I'll miss your sweet voice. Who is missing whose sweet voice?
I said your voice have said it, so you're already missing us.
Asao
Exactly.
It's Kata. Who is missing people? It's Kata. Hey.
Denial is the first step of acceptance, sir. No verse.
I honestly miss Mr. Adams, yeah. That man today hype me. If I get money, I will employ him as
Oluwaye, you can't
my
miss me and I will not miss you. I'm here for you 24/7.
They see I'm now my guys. That's the only person I was missing in this class.
Oluwaye Baba.
Hey, Mr. Adams, oh.
I dey battle you since all this while. I don't just want to talk.
They battle you too, my guy.
I dey battle you, Baba.
So, I said I will not miss you guys because I was just pulling your legs. I still did there for revision. You have nowhere to run away to. We still gather there. I'll most likely
And
be the
you
one
have nowhere to go as well. We are here for you.
Yeah, I can go. I will say I know they do again, but people cannot say you're not doing again.
We will not see you, sir.
No problem. So like I was just joking, yeah. I'll be the one to head your revision. So I'll take some parts of it. So regardless, we'll still meet. And about the revision, I don't know, but it would be for 3 weeks, 3 weeks max. So why that's a major reason. I'm planning to start it out at 8:45. That's why. So that's the major reason why we all need, or me particularly, I need to finish next week. Because I think my part is a little major. So I need to finish next week so that according to my own timetable, if I finish next week, you guys will have like about a few days, not necessarily a week, few days to yourself. Because I need you guys to properly read. I don't want to come and be doing what I'm doing now in revision. There's no way I can copy it. If I would have told Mr. Kabiru not to admit any student that was not in my class for revision. But there's just no way I can copy it. If you are not in my class, don't come for revision. Because it tends to draw me back. What I just want to do in that revision is bring question, then we'll solve together. Quote me. I'm not saying I'm bringing question for me to solve. I'm bringing question for us to solve. That's the only thing I want to come. I'm not coming to explain a formula for Kinecon, how to coming, we are solving. As I'm explaining, you are giving it back to me. You're asking me reasonable questions. Maybe say you ask me how I do CAPM. I'm doing RF from RF minus RF. You know, you're asking me how did I get that? They gave also risk premium in the question. If they ask me why am I not using risk free? That's where me and people will fight. Reasonable question, a question that you know that somebody has taught you. That's my plan for the revision. So I feel like if we solve the 2 pilot questions and I had my own questions to it, I feel like you guys, I'm not saying those questions will come out, but what I'm saying is I feel like you have a very, very good chance of scaling through. And you've read, though, nobody say you know it. And you've read. Exactly so. Now, let me start my class on option pricing. So we'll still meet in revision. And for some of you that will still do accounting software training, we will still meet there. I think I saw about I've seen about 1 or 2 of my students in this class before. Mr. Chidi, I don't think he's in this class presently. But was once my student for accounting software. I don't know, but like anybody that will do accounting software, yes, we'll definitely meet again. Oh yeah,
which of the software?
When the time is reached, you will know. They will send the information and all now, so you definitely see it. Oh yeah, my amazing women in the house, permission to fire on, please.
Permission granted, sir. Fire on.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Now, Mr. Maka talk that thing. If now Mr. Maka talk that thing, this network go cut. Why you want to talk about? Oh yeah. Let's explain. Let's talk. We are listening. You have the material now. We are listening. Let's break it down. Let's break it down. Now, whenever you hear option pricing theory, listen, there's nothing in this topic. People will say I've come again. There's every topic I say there's nothing there. But when I say topic that there's something there, you guys know I will tell you that more. is okay. When I saw business construction, I told you that no, this one is business valuation. I've told you guys for to business valuation too is thick. But you see all this, and I've explained the way SFM works for you. You see all this option pricing, portfolio theory, they've removed bond valuation, small edging. I'm not saying big edging, no. Small edging, cost of capital, and theory. Don't play with them. They are as important as your business valuation. They are as important as all your investment appraisal. Let me tell you something. They used to say experience is the best teacher. And I feel like right here, I'm the most experienced when it comes to SFM among everybody here. Don't go and kill yourself on investment appraisal. I've noticed that was a pitfall that most students make. Investment appraisal is plenty. I can't, bring investment appraisal last diet. It did not come out last to diet. Because I told you before, they used to change pattern now. They know the one that people have cram. Yes, now they have calabash. You guys don't know. There's something called icon calabash. As you read, they look you. So that one that you did not read, that you feel like you have focused on that's the one that will not come out. It's not course. So don't focus on one. Some of you go and cram investment appraisal, cram everything from the very, very beginning. Inflation, taxation, international investment appraisal. You don't know see investment appraisal there, you say, Mr. Ola did not teach you very well. Don't see, I used to tell people something. Pick topics like edging, topics like cost of capital, portfolio theory, option pricing, and your theory. They are more important than investment appraisal. They are more important than business valuation. Why? Because business valuation can only come out in number one, no other places. But I've listed 4 or 5 topics for you. You can see 2 of them, believe me. You will definitely see cost of capital and you will definitely see theory. Those ones are constant. Don't go and kill yourself. Oh, I've told you that one. Now let me move to my option price. There's nothing here if you listen to me very well. Now let me explain what we are trying to do when it comes to option pricing. Now, this is what we are trying to do. Imagine, or let me first ask a question. Okay, before I even go to the question, just imagine that you want to, okay, before I imagine, let me still put a question to it. If you go to the market, I'm asking a question to it. If you go to the market, you want to buy, let's assume you want to buy maybe 4 or 5 cups of rice. Before you left the house, you're already bragging, you have money. Now you want to buy 5 cups of rice in the market. You planned maybe 3,000 naira. Then on getting to the market, you saw that rice is already 5,000. What are the things you can do? What are the options you have? I'm asking the class. What are the things you can do at that particular point? You plan 3,000, rice is 5,000.
You reduce the quantity you want to buy.
Either you reduce the quantity, you negotiate, or
Rice.
Or what?
You go for another substitute.
Or you go for another one,
Or you do not buy at all.
Or you go back to your house now. Or you go back to your house. You go back to your house. Now you see that in all of the things you guys have listed, in none of the things that you guys have listed, you did not say must in anyone. Do you understand? You did not say I must buy, I must go back home, I must clinical, I must. It's an option. That's where the idea came from. There is no particular obligation. It's not as if it's compulsory to buy. They used to, Yoruba used to say something. How do you say that thing? Mugba mi gba ni kufaja. What it means is if you price something, I agree, I don't agree, it's not fight. So it gives you, it's a right. It's an option, not an obligation to buy an asset at a fixed price. Now, what's the option be that? That is what option is. I want to buy rice. My money is not up to. I have the option to buy another one to reduce or go back to my house. Nobody's forcing me to buy anything. Till today, I walk into any supermarket or any store with my shoulder. Well, into even Rolex. If my power no reach, I go back. Nobody say they go tie my leg, go there. So that is an option. Now, we now have two major types of option. We have what we call call option and we have what we call put option. We have what we call call option and we have what we call put option. A call option is an obligation to buy. Sorry, a call option is a right, not obligation. Sorry. Is a right. A call option is a right to buy, while a put option is a right to sell. A call option is a right to buy, while a put option is a right to sell. Let me paint another scenario for you. Why are we doing option? What is this option all about? Now, imagine you want to buy. Imagine I talk to Miss Esther and I say, Miss Esther, come. Oh. My exam is November. My econ exam is November. And I need calculator. I need natural display calculator that you have. How much is that? How much is that calculator? He says it's 20,000. Okay. I will now say, come, but I don't need this calculator today. I need it in November. Can we agree on a fixed price? Or can we agree on a price? Come November, that is the amount I will buy it. She says, oh, fine, that's perfect. Say, okay, let's agree 18,000 naira. And you guys have agreed 18,000 naira. Note, to you, don't forget that Mr. Star is one of the calculators, me that I want to buy. To me, that is an option, that's a call option. Are we together? It's a call option because it's an option for me to buy. For Ms. Esther, it is a put option because what? It's an option for her to what? To sell it to me. Now, this is where the tricky part now is. Don't forget that we are agreeing on a fixed price. That price that we are agreeing is called excise price, but I will come back to that. We are agreeing on a price. Now, when it comes November, when is icon exam? Maybe a day to icon exam, and I'll go to Miss Esther. Miss Esther, how far? That calculator that we agreed, can I have it now? Keep that back of your mind that we agreed 18,000. If the current price of that calculator in the market today is 50,000, if it's 50,000, she must, not like she must, she's expected, she should sell that calculator for me 18,000 naira. She should not, I'm not saying she must, don't forget, it's still a right, not an obligation. She should sell that calculator for me 18,000 naira because that is the agreed price. Now that's where the option now comes in. That's when the option now comes in. She can now decide that she can decide to take that option or not. It's an option, it's not an obligation. She cannot decide to say, okay, if I don't sell it for this man now, when next be I can exam? May. When next I won't see person will buy a calculator for my hand. Oh boy, if I perish, I perish. Take this calculator and go. She sells it for me 18,000 naira. And she can say, which kind calculator that they are selling 50,000 naira now? Lie. Even if I don't sell it for you, somebody else will come, be going. It's an option that she's not taking. She's not taking that option. But for me too, for me as a buyer, which is a call option to me, I can go there and say, I'm on this calculator, when me and you agreed, the back cover was shining now. Now the back cover is not shining again. I don't want to get. Let me go and buy it somewhere. Let me go and buy it from a bookie. Even if I heard, do you understand? So what I'm practically trying to say is, sometimes you guys can feel like price determines. Fine, price determines, but it's still an option. You can still decide to buy regardless of the price and still decide not to buy regardless of the price. So what I'm saying is a call option and a put option. A call option is an option to buy an underlying asset. Why what? Why a put option is an option to sell an underlying asset. Please, is that very clear? Is that clear, please?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Now, that is basically what an option is. According to strategic financial management, they told us to tell you that there are 5 factors that affect an option. That there are 5 factors that affect an option. We have the value of the underlying. We have the excise price. We have the time to expiration. We have the risk-free. And we have the volatility of the underlying. I come again. We have the value of the underlying. We have the excise price. We have the time to expiration. we have the risk-free, we have the volatility. Now, what does the value of the underlying means? I'll still go back to my calculator example. In that particular scenario, 50,000 naira is the value of the underlying, because what? It is the current market price of that calculator, not 18. 18 is the price that me and the person agreed. But the current price, not 20,000. Can somebody tell me why it's not 20,000? Can somebody tell me why it's not 20,000?
That's not the current price.
Agreed. 20,000 is actually still not the current price. But keep at the back of your mind that I just used that example because is what you guys can relate to, because I can. Sometimes the time can be 4-5 years. If calculator is 20,000 today, come next 3-4 years, does that mean would it still be 20,000? It will not be 20,000 again now. 30,000. It can be higher, it can be lower, depending. In Nigeria, it can never be lower. It's higher. It's higher. But anyways, so it's not the current market price. But 50,000 naira, if you go to the market, that's the amount you see. That is what we mean by value of the underlying. We represent that with PA. Please be noting this terminology. We represent it with PA. That's price of underlying. Price of underlying. You see some book, they represent it with S. S for Chile, S for sun, S for star, S for, I think S day for again. S for, I no go primary school. So S for snake. Now there they go see you. S for snake. So that particular S with some textbook represented with that. Some use PA, which is price of underlying. Now let me move to the next one, exercise price. What does exercise price mean? Now, exercise price is the amount that the seller, listen though, if the price that the seller, or we call them or option writer, anyone, a seller or option writer, is asking to pay in the event that I exercise the option. What I'm saying is, in that particular calculator scenario, 18,000 is the exercise price. That is, if that particular option is being selected. Okay, I don't say it's being gone for. If the particular option is being selected, that is the amount. That's the exercise price. That is the amount agreed between the buyer and the seller. That is what we refer to as exercise price. Now, what's the next one? Time to expiration. Time to expiration is just like option duration. That is duration of the option. That is 4 years, 3 years, just time, basically. Just time. What's the next one? Risk-free. Risk-free is just basically volatility, like I said. Okay, risk-free volatility, a little, I can say, according to this chart, is a little bit different. But let me start from risk-free. Risk-free is also like interest. Normally, listen to me. According to English, you could relate risk-free and volatility together. But here we splitted them. Risk-free is risk-free. Risk-free is risk-free. So we are saying risk-free is just like, instead of us saying interest, we just represent it with risk-free. Like cost of funds now, cost of equity, basically. Let me now bust people's head. Let me bust your head. Do you know that this particular interest or this particular risk-free could also be related to opportunity cost? Yes, now. This particular interest could also be related to opportunity cost. What I'm saying is, do you know that what's opportunity cost? The alternative forgone now. All of us, that one, even if they wake you up in your sleep, you know that one. We used to use it to sing. Even me as a science student, we used to use it to sing, but regardless, it's an alternative forgone. But what I'm saying is, don't forget that what we are doing is option. If you don't go for this one, there's something else you can go for. If you don't buy natural display calculator, you can go and buy market woman calculator. So that's something else you could use that money for. That's exactly what we are talking about when we say we are relating it to opportunity cost. So we are saying that if I don't use my money for this particular option, what else could I buy with my money? That is us saying, okay, that is for the risk-free. But when it comes to volatility, obviously, volatility is just like standard deviation. That is, it measures volatility of prices. That's what happens in this particular scenario. That calculator was 20,000 before, then now it has gone for 50,000. In other cases, it could have been 20,000, then you now go to 5,000, depending. So the risk of either the price changing, of either the price going up or going down. So that's what we are using to measure what is to be. You said in portfolio theory that we use standard deviation to measure risk. Not in the lane now. This is it again. So that's volatility. So standard deviation risk. So those are the five factors affecting value of an option. Now, this is something I've done for you. I've explained all the 5 options in your material. All of them, the 5 of them, I've explained in detail in your material. Now, I need you guys to do something for me. I need you guys to bring out some points in this explanation that I gave in your material. I don't have time. I would have brought it out for you, but I really do not have time. I've seen it in 1 or 2 past questions before. When you are asked, Emagbo, listen to me, where you are asked to relate, where you're asked to relate these 5 factors, these factors of an option. You are asked to relate it to a put option or a call option. You are asked to relate these particular factors to a put option or a call option. Now, this is where you get it from in my material. Anywhere that you are seeing that you are talking about either is worth more or worth less, that is where those factors are. Let me read it for you. From the first one, which is the value of the underlying, you see from where I said, therefore, a call option will worth more if the underlying is worth less, and a put option will worth more if the underlying is worth less. This means that for a call option, the greater the price of the underlying item, are you seeing? We're already relating that underlying item. This means that for a call option, the greater the price of the underlying item, the greater the value of the option to the holder. But for a put option, the lower the share price, the greater the value of the option to the holder. I've seen a question before like that before, and that's the answer. So they say relate. These are always like 5 marks. People know me, I will tell you the truth. I don't know how to lie. So like 5 marks. So this one, they said. So you say value of the underlying. So you just bring them out. So the first one, say value of the underlying. You first explain the value of the underlying and just say small grammar. This is the cost of the asset. You now say for a call option, the greater the price of the underlying item, the greater the value of the option, but for a blah blah blah. That's for the first one. The second one is exercise price. Exercise price started from. I hope maybe somebody's underlying it, or you are writing it out, or you are noting it. So that after this class, we're going to put it in your notes. I don't know if that's what you are doing, but if that's not what you are doing, if you are using eye contact, you are on your own. Because this line I explained, you will go and look for it later and you will not find it. And you will call me and I will not pick. You will text me, I will not reply. I tell you now. Because I'm saying it now, so you are not taking notes. Now for exercise price, it started from where I said, therefore, for a call option, the lower the exercise price, the greater the value of option, and for a put option, the greater the exercise price, the greater the value of the what? Of the if it's cram it. When I was writing my own ICANN exam, I crammed it. So because me, like I told you guys before, I like to read past question. I feel like it was what helped me when I was writing my exam. I feel like that was what helped me with SFM particularly because I did not really know SFM when I was writing it. For me and past question, 5 answers, I feel like I solved almost. That's why I know some past questions. If I say second past question, I cannot tell you the year. Not because I could tell you the year. And I did not cram it. But I will know it's an ICANN question. I will tell you I've seen it before. Yes. When I was solving some of my mates were but boy, I would say I've seen this question before because I've solved the majority of those questions. I've solved majority of the questions. So please, I've seen this particular one before where you ask to relate these factors to them. So for exercise price is almost like the last paragraph where I said, therefore, for a call option is in the material. Therefore, for a call option, the lower the exercise price, the greater the value of the option, and for a put option, the greater the exercise price, the greater. I can actually how would I say it? I can demonstrate these things. Maybe maybe I don't have time to. Maybe in the next class, maybe I'll demonstrate it. Maybe we'll figures so that you guys will understand better. I will demonstrate it better. But for now, go and cram it. But I hope I don't forget. I will demonstrate it. For a call option, the lower the exercise price, the greater the value of the option, and for a put option, blah blah. For that, for time to expiration, it started from call options are worth more the longer the time to expiry because there's more time for the price of the underlying to increase, while put options are worth more if the price of the underlying falls over time. That's that. For risk free, I think everything is risk free. Risk free is everything is risk free. For risk free is all. For call option, a longer to expire means that the present value of the outlay of the is lower, whereas everything is for risk free. Risk free just from the very beginning. Why volatility is the greater the volatility of the price of the underlying, the greater the probability of the option yielding profits. Is that fine? Yes, Abby. That's fine. Perfect. Okay, so that's for the relationship between these factors of an option and put and call option. And let me move a little bit to moneyness of an option. It's moneyness of an option. So if you want to cram it, all these ones are theoretical. Moneyness of an option, you can cram it. So there are three types of moneyness of an option. We have in the money, we have out of the money, then we have at the money. In the money, you say when the value of the underlying is greater than excess price. So if I were you, I would say VAU greater than EX, or you can say PA greater than PE equals to in the money. It's just short form so that you don't have to be cramming. PA means value of the underlying. PE means excess price. So we can say PA greater than PE equals to in the money. PA less than PE means out of the money. Do you understand? Then PA equals to PE means at the money. Now, if I tell you guys the trick I used when I was writing exam, I go laugh. But what I used for this moneyness of an option is still almost the same thing I said. But what I used was I said PA greater. I just knew that greater means that I want to be great in life. It means I want greater money in my pocket. So it means there is money in the, there is clinical in the money. Everything I used be that. There's and there is something in the money, greater in the money. So I just know that when PA is greater, I want greater money. It means in the money. But when PA is less than, no, that one money no day again. It means out of the money. Money don't go be that. It's less than now. And who gets money again out of the money be that. And when it's equal to at the money, I'm at the money. I don't know. It was just way easier for me. If it works for you to find. But it means at the money. Anyways. Before I move to intrinsic value, Mr. Maka, talk to me first.
Okay. This moneyness of an option, does it relate to a call option or a put option?
No. It's just like that. Yeah.
Okay, because it's kind of confusing when you say an option is in the money. The option is it a call option or a put option? It's kind of confusing.
Nobody said an option is in the money. I don't think I mentioned an option is in the money. I never mentioned that. I just said if the value of the underlying is greater than excess price, it means is in the money. The way it is cram it, when you qualify, go and find out which option is in the money. The way it is, put it at the back of your head. If you don't get ACA, if you have the time, go and find out why. For now, leave it.
No.
Thank you. Now, intrinsic value, move to intrinsic value of an option. Now, for this intrinsic value of an option here, I've seen this question before in a diet. Intrinsic value is one of the simplest parts that you can meet in an option. As simple as ABC. Simple as what I can teach a primary 2 student. I'm not even joking with you. Simple as what I can teach a primary 2 student, and they will know it. And I'll give them an exam and we'll pass it. and they brought it out for ICANN exam. An examiner was still saying performance were poor. What did you people write? Because it's your people. He still said performance was poor. Students did not read in depth. Now, my school of thought, my orientation is not because students would not assimilate it. Most centers skipped it, and students also skipped it. There's one topic that we'll also be skipping. And I pray that the director will come out, make catch us for shock. Let me tell you now, in case if you're a student, if you're a serious student, you can go and read it on your own. Specific investment appraisal. Is it specific? Lease or buy, lease or buy, no, it's in your syllabus. But believe me, I've never taught it before. And it has never come out before. And it bites me. I don't always have time for it. I can have never tested it before. Who knows if it's this diet? Lease or buy. If you're a serious student, you can look at it. If you have questions, you can ask me. But I've told you people now before you say I did not mention it. Please go and check it out by yourself. Look at it. It is something you understand. Fine. If I can, I'm not promising I can put a question in your revision question. They can go and look at lease or buy. My mind they go there small, but like here, they've not texted it a long time. So now let's move to intrinsic value of an option. For intrinsic value of an option. Now, intrinsic value of an option, now we are simply saying that of a call option, sorry, intrinsic value of a call, but let me start from intrinsic value of an option. Is basically the difference between exercise price and value of an underlying. That's intrinsic value. Difference between exercise price and what value of an underlying. Now let me move to intrinsic value of a call option. Intrinsic value of call option is simply saying that it's simply the difference between we are simply subtracting exercise price from value of the underlying, that is ST minus X. These things are how would I say it? They are closely related though. We are simply saying ST, or for people that want to call it PA, we are simply saying PA minus PE. That is the intrinsic value of a call option. PA minus what? Minus PE. That's the intrinsic value of a call option. Now, there's now a little trick to it. They now say that, okay, whenever you want to calculate intrinsic value of a call option, pick the maximum between 0 and difference between PA and PE. Lubaton. That's what they give students that student feel though. I'm not joking. They said whenever you want to calculate intrinsic value of an option, of a call option, pick the highest, the maximum. The formula is max, open bracket, 0, PA minus PE. That is, pick a maximum between 0 and PA, and the difference between PA and PE. So what we are saying is, let me ask the class a question. And let me just give you a simple scenario. In a long question, you brought out all your variables. Your PA is 50. Listen, your PA is 50. Your PE is 55. Your PA is 50. Your PE is 55. My dear student, what is the intrinsic value of that call option?
0.
0.
50 minus 55.
That's minus 5, Abi.
Yes.
Thank you.
0.
I don't know.
You don't give me answer. Which one you don't know? You know before you give me now. Anyways, the intrinsic value of that particular call option is 0 now. How is it 0? Fine, 50 minus 55, which makes sense because we said it's PA minus PE. Our PA was 50, our PA was 55. So meaning that the difference would have given you minus 5. But the formula is maximum, highest between 0 and whatever you get from that answer. Difference highest of 0 and minus 5 is 0 now, Abi. The intrinsic value of such call option is 0. That was the question. Oh. It's in your ICANN question. You can look for it. I think I saw you last time when I was setting revision question. It's like the only difference is ICANN will cook up question, and definitely they will cook up scenarios. That's the only difference between what they said and what I did and what I explained now. But don't worry, when we put little figures to it tomorrow, it might make sense. So please, you can always try that. You can try out that intrinsic value of a call option, and the intrinsic value input option. I kept the formulas there. And I kept some 1 or 2 examples there. You can try it in your leisure time, although I will still try to solve it tomorrow. This one should not take us 2 minutes. And I will still try to solve it tomorrow, but regardless, please. The formula is the max of x minus xt. They're there. Then just put them into the formula, then solve, then get your answer. Now, all those things now being said, let's move to the rework. Now, option has been going. Nobody has been able to calculate value of an option. We are not able to calculate value of an option, a problem. How we want to calculate? How do we now want to calculate this value of this option like this? Please, 1 minute. I'm coming. I'm with you guys. I'm coming. I'm trying to send something to somebody. Okay. So as I was saying, I said that option has been going. We've not been able to calculate. Mr. Maka, can you put your hand down? Your hand not they pay you. You use up your hands in money. So I said that okay, we have been trying to calculate value of an option, Let me share my screen at this point so that you guys see. Do I even have that material? So that I will explain that side very well. So that I would put you guys through the whole step. Now, this will always be my challenges. Looking for a material that I set by myself. Option person. I think I have it here. One of my PDF files. This when I started. Oh my God! This is when I started teaching. This I think this was one of my first material that I did. Now, when the OACA thing, they shock me. Where they put them everywhere. Some of you, your name on WhatsApp, you don't put ACA there. The moment you chatter, your name on WhatsApp. When I tried to laugh because this one was even busting my head. So anybody that does not have your number is speaking ACA, Asao now. But for me, this was when I started, where they shock me that they put ACA. Now, I don't even want it to my name if you ask, only if you ask, or if I want to prove. Let me give you guys the gist. For people that have seen me physically, I'm sure maybe some people you have seen me physically. I won't say. How do I explain it? I don't dress like the olden days lecturers. Didn't say that for you for free. I'm a Gen Z. I'm a young lecturer. So I'm not. So I don't particularly dress the way all these our old lecturers used to dress. I wear native, quite fair. But wear jean now. Wear round neck, better face cap. You get plug in your AirPods, looking fresh and fly. So there's this new center that's teaching SFM this last diet. Then I always, please 1 minute, I'm coming. I'm trying to talk to. 1 minute, please. Sorry, I'm breaking the class over. So okay. So I was saying, so I always just come to class, bounce to class. So whenever you want to, because that time I was taking foundation, MI. I was taking final. I had not taken skills. I know skills are always plenty now. They're always plenty. So I was always I always just walk past. So all these skills students, they used to see me, they used to look at me, say, who be this guy? Who be this guy? They could just you could just come. They were good wear native like this, I could knock better cap, wear better shades, look sharp, just the bounce, they go class. That confidence of when you know what you want to go and deliver. You say nothing now, you did the day body, now. Hey, that kind that kind of thing. So I could just bounce pass. Now there was one day, my organ now told me that Alpha, go and take FM. Go and take FM in skills. Fine. FM, SFM, all same. Mr. Adams, kí ni gbogbo ejò?
Jíjẹ ní
Mr.
gbogbo
Adams,
ejò.
don't dog me.
Jíjẹ ní gbogbo ejò.
Jíjẹ ni o. It means that all kind of snake, you eat it. All kind of they chop them, they go. I know FM, we still did. On entering their class, all of them were shocked. They were just looking at me one kind and say, say this boy that looks like is a bad boy. We think they this one head. I'm sure that was the idea all of them had. That was in their head. What was in their head? As I entered the class was not organized. Like, they already had like 10 minutes break. Now you guys know the way you always are when there's break. This person is talking to this person is standing up, the whole class is rowdy. I entered the class. People told me I was a student. If you have seen me physically, not like I look young, but like I don't look like an icon lecturer. Because if you see an icon lecturer, I expect them to be old, wear t-shirts and the hair. But I even wear chains. So like they were looking at, see, what is this one doing? I carry duster. I clean the board. As I clean the board, they look, say, who is this person? What is this one doing? I still clean the board finish. I still they look. One of them now made one statement. Okay, no, before the meeting, when I cleaned the board, and I told them that, please, can you guys settle down? Their body, they still did not get it. They were still like, what is this man doing? Please, can I settle down? Please, we have a class. Can you settle down? They now settle down. And I worked on the board financial management. One of them now made a statement. He now said, me I no go come up for that. This was the exact thing he said. He said, me I no go come up for this center like this. Na calculation course. So on my head first scattered. Than me, me don't me that you're telling my calculation course. That was what he said. My calculation course. So and I went to the board and I said, good afternoon, everyone. I said, good afternoon. I said, my name is, no, I did not say my name is. That's where my pride is to come in. And I said, I'll be taking you guys financial management. I was just hearing rumors. People were just murmuring. And I said, and my name is, I just went to the board. Sulaimon Olamfi, Amongbola, BSc, ACA, ACS, ACC. Why nobody just stood up? I said, easy now. Una wonder why me. This thing is actually not easy. I feel like those were some places that had chipped in my pride, small. Since Sulaimon Olamfi, Amongbola, BSc, ACA, ACS. I've not started my masters, then I put them say MSc, you safe that time. Therefore, no say you save no what. But all these things I listed, majority of you cannot relate, but we move. Ahead. And you who qualify? One day. People will come to my DM and come and make more again. Anyways, let's continue. So as I was saying, I finished this thing. Let's face real business. Now, I was saying that before we're struggling to calculate the value of option pricing, always struggling to calculate the value. But then some two guys came, they said their name is Black-Scholes. So they say Black-Scholes now came, they now give us a method of calculating option pricing. Then this is the formula they brought. They said people should not shout, wait now. Some of you are already shouting, like they say, I won't take note of this formula. Don't worry, it's at the back of your exam paper. You don't need to shout, but regardless, I always encourage you know them. But you now said, okay, let's use this formula to calculate the value of option. So you use this to calculate, if you want to calculate your call option, you say your ND1 minus PE, ND2 minus RT. If you want to calculate the value of put option, is your PE multiplied by exponential minus RT times 1 minus ND2, PA1 minus ND1. Now, this is where the challenge is. Now, let me break the formula down a little. What's PA? PA is the price of the underlying, the value of the underlying. That's PA. What's PE? PE is the excise price. Excise price. What's E? Is exponential is on your calculator. If you have natural display, you can look at it on your calculator. Exponential is on your calculator. What's R? R is your risk-free. Will be provided for you in the question. What's your T? T is your time. It would also be provided for you in the question. Now, I've listed 4 things that will be provided for you in the question, live and direct. Your PA, the value of the underlying, will be given to you. PE will be given to you. Exponential, nobody's giving it in your calculator. Your risk-free would also be given to you. Your time to expiration will also be provided for you. Now, what is in this formula that is not being provided for you? ND1 and ND2. Now, what is ND1? ND1 means normal distribution. That's the meaning of ND, normal distribution. You will not just go and pick ND1. Now you will not calculate D1. You will not calculate D1. How do you calculate D1? This is the formula for you to calculate D1. We are saying D1 equals to ln PA over PE plus your risk-free plus 0.5. 0.5 here is constant, please. Plus 0.5 standard deviation squared, close the bracket, time to expiration over the standard deviation root of time. Now, when I want chat out, it's people that want to chat out, no be me say come and write by cow. It's not me that did the formula. Now, so they say, that's how they say we should teach people. Anyways, so that's the formula for D1. Then for your D2 equals to D1, whatever you get in D1, D1 minus ST. Now, let me not break you guys. Let me give you guys a very, very sad news. Or, before I give you the sad news, let me explain to you how the question or what we are going to do. So they would have given you all the plenty grammar. Say, you are the financial manager. You guys know the way we do now. You are the financial manager, you are a Kinecon. They will now say, some questions can say calculate call option or calculate put option. Imagine it's a calculate call option. The first thing you do is put out formula for call option, which is your PA ND1 minus PE ND2 E minus RT. You put out the formula. The next thing you do is bring out your 5 variables. I'm asking the class, what are the 5 variables you are looking for? I'm asking the class now. What are the 5 variables you will look for?
Value of the underlying asset, exercise price,
Calm down. If that's how me I'm teaching you, will you know it? Can you come again, please? What's the first thing you look for?
The value of the underlying asset.
So you look for the value of the underlying assets, which is your PA.
Your exercise price, which is your PE.
You look for your exercise price, which is your PE.
Your risk-free.
You look for your risk-free rate.
The volatility.
You look for the volatility, then you look for the time to expiration. Now you've brought out all those 5 variables, life and direct, sharp, first problem solved. Now the next problem is, now you know this formula. So what I'm saying is, before you do anything, after you brought out this formula, you know that this formula cannot go. This call option formula that is here, it cannot go if you don't get D1. So that means what the first thing you do is what? You can calculate D1. Now, when you get to D1, you now say ln is on your calculator now, it's on your calculator. As I'm saying, I'm expecting people to, that's one of the things I did, that's one of the reasons why I decided to do this class first before solving questions. So I'll show you some of the variables. Unfortunately, I don't have my calculator here, but I'm sure with the help of ourselves, we'll be able to get this thing. Ln is on your calculator. It's written as it's written like IN, but it's not IN, it's LN, it's ln. If you can see it on your calculator, beautiful. It's ln, LN on your calculator. So ln. So you do ln PA, obviously you've gotten the variable over PE, you would have gotten the variable as well, plus R would also be provided for you, plus 0.5 is constant. Standard deviation squared, close the bracket, time, your time. Please, another thing is always convert your time to, okay, let me get there. So your time, you say you over standard deviation will be provided for you, square root of T. Whatever you get in this, your D1, listen to me, whatever you get in this, your D1, you go and put it in D2. So the meaning is, the utmost meaning is, this D1 must not be wrong. Some of you that do not do board maths, that used to run away from primary school, people that went to school that are at the back of your house, that you'll be going late to class. They say come to school by 9, but because school is at the back of your house, you go by 11, you will leave by 12. This is where your problem is, because you did not do board maths. But people that did board maths, that went to good schools, all these big name schools, Bodija International College, British International, don't let me do advert for anybody, but anyways, all those big name schools, this is where we show. For people that went to Namina U, Kojusoko, Kenyesale, this is where we still show. If you don't know board maths, go and start it now. So if you know board maths and you've done your board maths correctly here in your D1, that means your D1 should be correct. If your D1 is correct, you go and select, you go and insert it into D2. So let's assume your D1 is say 0.0576. then your D2 is 0.0892. Whatever figure you get, those two figures are the figures you will now go and put in the normal distribution table. How do you get the normal distribution table? I gave you two options. You can either go on Google, put normal distribution table, it comes out, or you go to the back of your ICANN question. After they've solved it now, the answer. If you're using soft copy, I think it's going to be at the back of the question itself. All those places that they have your normal formulas here, there you have your normal distribution table. So you will check it. I'll show you how to check normal distribution table. I'll tell you how to check it. So after you've gotten your D1, you will now say D1. So whatever you will now go and check in your normal distribution table, that's the figure that now becomes your ND1. That's the figure that becomes your ND1, becomes your ND2. I don't know if I'm making sense. You've gotten D1 now, assuming D1 is, let me just explain it right here. So assuming D1 is say 0.7829, D2 is 0.7154. So this is what you are taking to your normal distribution table. So you just go and check. What you will check is, let me just say, so you go to your normal distribution table, you round it up. Please always round up to 2 decimal. So that means I have 0.78. So you're going to your normal distribution table, you will now check 0.7 under 8. Do you understand? You're going to check 0.7 under 8. When you get there, you will check 0.7 under 1. That's 0.71. So you're going to check 0.7 under 1. Whatever you get, say you have 0. Assuming, I'm just saying, it cannot be 0. Let's assume I have maybe 2.6789 for ND1. We will now say plus 0.5. What do I have? Assuming my ND2 is, this because I'm assuming them. Assuming my ND2 is 2.5678. This 0.5, I'm not assuming. I'll tell you I'm adding 0.5. What do I have for the first one? What do I have for the second one? Oh, yeah.
1789.
17 type 1.3.1789. 3.1789. Second one.
3.0646.
3.06. Now let me tell you why I'm adding 0.5. Listen to me. Don't make mistake. Please, for every option person, whenever you want to get your ND1 or ND2, please add 0.5. If this was negative, you would subtract 0.5. Why am I adding 0.5? The assumption, not even an assumption. We have two types of distribution table. We have what we call what's the name? We have what we call half table. We have what we call full table. Listen, we have what we call half table and we have what we call full table. I have about how many people in this class? Miss Fitzy, how many people do I have in this class?
26.
I think I have
26.
so much.
197.
26.
100.
So I have 100 on my Google Meet, and I have about 70 or 80 people streaming on YouTube. Now, why am I asking this? Before you people will come tomorrow and say I did not mention it. That's why I need. So I have about 170 something evidence that actually mentioned it. Good. Now I'm saying that we have two tables. We have what we call a half table and a full table. According to ICANN, they said that for the purpose of their own exam, please always use a half table. What would be provided for you in your exam would be a half table. What you would use in practice should be half table. What ICANN would give you in exam would also be half table. But if you go to Google and go and put normal distribution table, what comes out is a full table. Do you understand? Now, what I'm saying is, if you check your normal distribution at the back of your ICANN, and if you put it on Google, the answers will not be the same thing. The figures you have there would not be the same. for if you check the back of your normal distribution table, only if you download the half table from Google. But if you download the full table from Google, you compare the figures, it will not be the same. How would they be the same thing? A smart student should understand what I'm saying now. They will be the same thing now. What I'm saying is, don't forget when you check this your D1, this is what you add. Abi, this is what you add when you check the one at the back of the account, which is your half table. And this 0.5 that you're adding is so that you get a full table now. But this was what you had when you checked the back of your icon, the back of the half table that icon has provided. You are basically adding 0.5 so that it converts to a full table. You cannot take phone to exam now, and you cannot take any paper. So you cannot have a full table in your exam. It's not possible. What icon will provide you is half table. So always add 0.5 so that you convert to what. So whatever answer you get here now, this 3.1789, you now go and check it in that one online. The one you downloaded from Google, you will find it there because it's not a full table. I don't know if that makes sense anyways. So this is what you do with your ND1 and what you do with your what and what you do with your ND2. Now, if you've not gotten ND1 and ND2, just come and insert it into this formula. So you now say PA, whatever figure, 3 point whatever, put it here, minus PE, that other figure, put it here. Exponential is also your calculator. I think there's E something. So you think you do shift. I think shift lane, Abi, am I correct? Would I use natural display? Shift lane, Abi, gives you exponential. Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So just press shift and lane or in anyone. Shift in, it gives you exponential, and it's going to raise it up now, Abi.
Yes.
If you use natural display now, it's going to raise it up like you are doing something like square. Go and buy a good calculator. Leave market women calculator for market women. Leave market women calculator for Bodija, Ikeja women. People should go and buy a standard scientific calculator. So if you do exponential, it raises it up between minus RT. Your R is your risk free, your T is your time. So then from there you get your call option. Then you do the same thing for your put option. Before I move on, do I have any question regarding this formula I just booked down? Any question at all? This signifier, let me know. I have a problem with students. Somebody said now that you cannot hear anything, but you have assumed that it's my network that is poor. Why didn't you think it's your own network that is bad? Why must it be my own network? Oh wow, Miss Grace, I can hear you.
Okay, sir. Good evening, sir. Sir, it's my network that is bad. I'm not saying it's yours. Please, can you just go through the formula again? I didn't hear anything, please. I'm sorry.
People will be paying me now. Any back I go, God will allow me to go back. But if I recap what I've said before, I'll be charging you. I will send my account number to people. But anyways, what I said was, this is PA is price of underlying, ND1 is your normal distribution table 1, minus PEP is your excess price, ND2 is your normal distribution table 2, your E is your exponential. And your exponential is on your calculator. Just do shift lane, hold shift then press lane, or press shift and press lane on your calculator, use exponential. Then it raises it up now. Minus 2 is constant, though, please. They say minus, your risk free will be provided, and your time to expiration would also be provided. Then what I said is your ND1 and your ND2, your normal distribution table. You not just go there and pick any figure now. It's not as if you just go to normal distribution table and pick any figure you like. It doesn't work that way. So it means that you need to calculate your D1 first and your D2. How do you calculate D1? D1 is lane PA over PE plus R plus R 0.5 standard deviation squared, close bracket T over S square root T. Lane is on your calculator. PA and P would have been provided for you, plus R would have been provided. 0.5 is constant. Standard deviation would also be provided. Squared, close the bracket, time to expiration over S square root T. Do you know that when I was in my prime, when I was hot, that time that I was writing the exam, this whole thing like this, I could put it on that side all at once. People don't know anything. When my head was hot that time, all these things. Even my lecturer was always shocked. But there's always, you guys know the way scientific calculators work. Now, you need to board mass. It always confuses board mass. So if you know how to use that calculator, my friend Barnabas, there's a way would break this thing down, put all these figures there at once, and you get your answer once and for all. So in class, when people are starting, because you need to do board mass now, so you need to do this bracket first. You first do your PE and PE, you hold that one. You come and do this bracket first. Whatever you get here, you multiply it by time before you are. So it's a whole lot. So as soon as we've gotten our answer. But I was explaining, madam. So you get your D1, whatever figure you get, you write it down. You come and insert it into this D2. Whatever figure you get, you also write that. You now take that D1 and D2. You go and check it inside your normal distribution table. So if the figure that you had for D1 was 0.78245, round it up to 2 decimals, sorry. So you now have 0.78 assuming. So you go to your normal distribution table, then you check 0.7 under 8. I will do all of those things in our next class. 0.7 under 8. So whatever figure you get, you add 0.5 to it because of the full and half table now. So after you added 0.5, that becomes your ND1. You do the same thing for your D2, and it becomes your ND2. So you put your ND1 and your ND2 in this formula, you get your call option. If it's a put option, you do the same thing for it. All fine. All fine, madam. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Yes, I'm fine. Thank you.
Okay. So, but the challenge is nobody will say calculate a call option, or nobody will say calculate a put option. Nobody. So the only thing is just that the question can just go and say, can you calculate the value of option to buy? Or calculate the value of option to what? To sell. Now I'm asking the class, option to buy is a what option?
It's a call option.
Call option. Call option.
Option to sell is a what?
Put option.
Now don't pass now. I think can't remain. So you know pass like that. So from there we move to assumptions of BSOP. Please read this one for 5 marks. It assumes that they have constant volatility, the risk weight of which is constant. They also assume that markets are perfectly liquid, that there are no dividends, they are also efficient markets. Then you assume that there are no commission and transaction costs. That's assumptions of BSOP. Then there are limitations of BSOP. BSOP is your Black-Scholes option pricing. Then there are limitations of BSOP. The limitations are basically the assumptions, anyways. You are just expanding. You're just expanding the assumptions. So limitations are saying that you assume that no dividends are paid in the period of the options. This number 6 applies to European call options only and not to American options. Assume the risk rate is constant. Exactly the same limitation. Now let me move to this one. Put call parity. Listen. I like put call parity a lot, and you guys will see it over time. I'm very partial when it comes to put call parity. Just listen to me. Now, when it comes to put call parity, what are we trying to do with put call parity? Put call parity is basically like a relationship between the put option and the call option. Is basically a relationship between the put option and the call option. What do I mean when I say relationship? Let me come back to this material. Me personally, individually, I don't know about anybody else, but I hate this put option formula. Me personally, just a personal preference. I hate this formula. Believe me, I can write this formula 100 times and I will get it wrong 99 times. Even till today, I still write this formula wrong. This first material that I did, that I sent to students, this formula was wrong. I had to re-edit it. This formula I'm looking at now, if I want to write it down, I will still write it. As I'm looking at it, I will still write it wrong. That's how much I hate the formula. Because it's a little too complicated and too confusing. This particular put option formula is not easy to assimilate the way you can easily put this call option formula in one side of your head. Say PA ND1 minus PE ND2 exponential minus RT, you don't finish. But this one is a whole lot of dagbajantis that is there. Now, that is where put call parity now comes in. What we are saying with put call parity is we are trying to find the balance between the two where one can equal to one. Do you understand? We are trying to find a relationship, a balance where a call option can be used to calculate a put option, or where a put option can be used to calculate a call option. That's where put call parity now comes in. Now, how do we do put call parity? This is the formula you use to do put call parity. The formula is saying C plus E times, this formula was already provided for you, times E minus RT equals to P plus S. C here is your call option or call price, whichever. Your E here is your exercise price, which will be provided for you in the question. Your E here, the other E is your exponential minus RT plus P here is your put option, while S here is your what? Your stock price or your value of underlying, anyone you want to call it. So you can say, now what I'm not saying is, imagine you want to calculate. Now let me ask the class, with this particular formula that is here, this first formula, make call option the subject of formula. What do I have? In this formula that is here, if you want to make call option the subject of formula, what do I have?
So C is equals to P plus X minus E times, right?
Yes.
By, yeah, times E raised to power X minus
X
RT.
Come again. You don't carry me go here. No. Start again.
P is equals to P plus X minus C.
No,
yes,
you're making
minus
subject of formula now.
Minus E times exponential raised to power R minus RT. Sorry.
No, exponential minus RT. The exponential minus RT is not going to change to plus. That's the one I wanted to bring out. Because it's coming here doesn't necessarily, that one is constant. Doesn't necessarily mean it's turning to plus. You get me? Now,
yeah.
Listen, that's exactly what you've done, which is very correct. If you want to make put option the subject of formula, you do this, you do the exact same thing. Now, what I'm telling you now is that, see the second formula here. Imagine that I want to escape this particular formula. I can escape it. Now, in any question, if they ask me to calculate put option, the question asks me to calculate put option, though, but I don't know this formula. I can come and use put call parity. So this is what I will do. I'll make put the subject of formula. Watch you. I'll make put option subject of formula. I will now come here. So if I make put option subject of formula, it means that it is equals to call option plus exponential, plus excess price, which will be provided for me in the question, times exponential minus RT minus stock price, which will also be provided for me in the question. So it means that the only thing that will not be provided for me in this question is what? Is my call option. Abi now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So it means that the only thing that will not be provided for me in this is my call option. And I know formula for call option now. Very simple formula. PAND1 minus PEND2. And I'm just going to use that formula. Get my call option. Once I've gotten my call option, I add all together, subtract this one. Gives me my put option. Escape that non-sensitive formula. That's what I'm doing. Just put this subject of formula. Go and get call option using all those things. Then your exercise price will be given to you. This one minus stock price. It gives you put option. It allows you to escape. And if it's call option that you don't know, the formula that you don't know, but you know put option, and do it that other way around. Make call option subject of formula, bring everything from this side to this other side, then go and get put option, then you equal it to your call option. Whatever you have is your call option. Before I go ahead again, do I have any questions so far? Ask me. Can you unmute and just, okay, Ms. Chika, talk to me, please.
When we are not giving, good evening, sir, Mr. Lashine, sorry.
Good evening.
You said that if we are not giving a put option, if we are not giving put option, now we can make C a subject of formula to get put, right? Then when we want to get call option, we can just interchange the formula as well, making C a subject of formula while we get our call option formula without using the other long way. Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, thank you.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Now, somebody raised a point on the chat box saying that you are going to need put option to get call option. You wouldn't now. You wouldn't. If you look at it, let me go back to the formula. it's here now. If you want to get put option, this put you want to get now, is call you will need. Or is that what you meant? If that's what you meant, then you are correct. But if that's not what you meant, but yes, if that's what you meant, if you want to do put, you need call. Because you need to go and calculate call using this above formula, that first one. Do all the other ones to get put option. And if it's the other way around, if it's call you don't want to do, you need to go and get puts before you can get it. If that's what you meant, then you are correct. Please, do you have any other question? Is this clear? The way people are silent, I don't like it though.
Yes, it's clear.
Yes, sir.
So now good, they say it's clear now, it's clear now. If we start solving, people will be. There's one fine woman that have been eyeing in this people's class. People are fine women in this class, this diet too. Now the men just do one kind. The women in this people's class is very fine. I have a new crush. I'm gonna look for her. Come here.
He's married.
Which one concern you? He said that water pass Gary. Which one is married? Which concern? Let me ask by myself. Maybe you will come for our wedding next.
That one when they look so go visit her in the morning.
That one no concern you. Juliet, me too. Should I sing a love song or make a face SFM? Miss Favor, ask me a question, please.
So my question is, yes, are you saying that we can use this put call parity formula to get this D1?
Lie.
Because I think I said something. Okay, because I was confused. Okay.
No, you wouldn't. You cannot use put call parity to get D1. D1 is the normal D1 formula, your lane PAPE. But the thing is, whichever you are trying to do, you in any option price you want to calculate, you will get D1. Because all of them has ND1 and they have ND2 in their formula. Either put or either call. They have ND1 and they have ND2. And you cannot get ND1 without getting D1. You cannot get ND2 without getting D2. So that's why I said if your D1 is wrong, no, you don't go get another with that. So you need to be very careful with that D1. Answer your question. Answer your question.
So, yes, sir. But which formula did you now say we can use to substitute one of those formula in that Black-Scholes option pricing model?
You're not substituting any formula now. The thing you say it's clear. You're not substituting any formula in these Black-Scholes. You just have two different formulas standing on their own. If you ask calculate call option, you will use this formula. If you ask calculate put option, you will use this formula. You are not substituting. What I'm just saying is, in case you want to skip, I'm just giving you my own preference. I don't like put option. I don't just like it. If you like it and you can cram this formula, you don't need to do put call parity at all. Examiner will not say using put call parity. They will never say it. It's you that will just know that, okay, I want to escape. I always look for a way to escape this put option formula because I don't like it. So what I will just go and do is I will just go and use put call parity. Then I will make put option my subject of formula. So I know that I know call option formula. So I'll go and use this together. Call option. This has been provided. It's still the same exercise price that I used here. Don't forget that call option too. In the formula, there's exercise price. This is PE. So it's the same PE that I used there that you use here. No figure is different there. In what you use in call option that is different in this ones too. So it's still the same one here, it's the same one here, and it's the same ones here as well. So you just use it to get your put option like that. I don't know if it makes sense now. It might still be a little vague, but when we add figures to it, I'm sure it will make more sense. Do you have any other question, please? I have a question in the chat box. So they say, wait, Oga, you never marry. Number what for SFM be that one? Which number in SFM is that? How is my relationship?
Compulsory question.
Compulsory question. It's attempt now, and I will leave it for you people. Anyway, let's continue. So these are the conditions for put call parity. All these ones are theoretical. Before you can use put call parity, they must be on the same. They must be on the same underlying stock. They must have the same excess price. They must have the same expiration date. They must not pay dividend during an option. So you can cram this one or you can learn it as well. And that's that for that. Now there's something else I want to explain. Real quick before the last thing I want to explain. Now we also have some other types of options. We have we have the Greeks and we have all these ones are theoretical. This is where I'm going, real options. This is where I'm going. But let me just brush through here so that you know what to read. This is the Greek. They are majorly theoretical. Yes, see, the Greek option basically measures sensitivity. Yes, it measures sensitivity of an option, that is changes in some types of options. Like now we have delta, we have rho, we have vega, we have theta, we have theta. Exactly. So those are the ones we have. So you can use them to they are used to measure sensitivity of an option. Delta is used to measure sensitivity, gamma sensitivity. So you can just check out the type of sensitivity that is used to measure, so you can learn it or you can cram it anyone. This one's most likely come out theory. Do you understand? So what I'm saying is delta measures sensitivity of the option value to a change in the underlying asset. Gamma measures change in delta value to change in. If I were you, I told you people, read smart. Read smart. If I were you, I will not read all this explanation. Yes, now I will waste my time. I will just cram this formula. Yes, now I will not read all this grammar because I know that if I break down this formula here, it leads me to this. Say delta, it measures a change in option value to a change in price of underlying assets. It's not the same thing. Just put sensitivity. So as long as you cram this, I think you're good. So for vega, for rho, for theta, all the same thing. For binomial option pricing also, just advantages, assumptions. Assignments, please. Disadvantages of, I already even kept it there. It's just the slow speed. There is a limitation, so I already kept it there. I want to say the advantage of binomial option pricing, but I already kept it in material. Low speed. Now, this is where the work is. This is where ICANN is going in recent time. Listen to me. Oh. If you've not been listening to me before, please listen to me here. If they are rubbing your stomach, walk away from them. Tell them you are coming. I only have 10-15 minutes more. So please listen to me now. This is the direction ICANN is going in recent times, which is real options valuation. Now they've been going, if they want to ask option, they've been going in two directions recently. Either they test real options or they test options, they test options and investment appraisal. That investment appraisal that we've done, yes, you can link options to it. It came out in recent diets. But I will not solve it in part of our question. I'll solve it in revision question. I don't have that time, please. I only solve about 2 or 3 questions in real option. In normal options, I'll give you one as assignment. Then we'll look at it together, and that's all with it. And when it comes to real options, listen to me. Magbo, don't forget the first example I gave, which I said that if you want to buy rice, Abi, they said the cup of rice, blah blah blah. So he's saying that it means that you have an option. You have the right, not an obligation, to either buy the rice or not buy the rice, Abi. But when it comes to real option gives you a right. It gives you the right, not an obligation, to either invest. You're not buying rice now. You don't turn big boy. You're already a big boy and a big girl. You're not buying rice again. Now this is giving you the option to either buy or invest in a capital investment decision. That is either to invest in a capital investment or not. You are not buying rice again now. Do you understand? So that is, should I buy this? Should I go for this investment, or I should not go for this investment? That's basically where real option. That's where real option comes in. Should I go for this investment, or should I not go for this investment? Now we have 4 types of real options. We have option to abandon, we have option to expand, we have option to delay, and we have option to switch. I come again. We have option to expand, we have option to expand, we have option to abandon, we have option to delay, and we have option to switch. Now they all have explanations. For some of you that you have gone to physical classes, But I have gone to other center classes, they would have given you a whole lot of explanation and a whole lot of grammar. But you guys know me now. Me, I would not. No, I would not. I will not give you explanation. I will not give you notes. Me and you will know the one that is put option and call option. How would we know? Now let me give you a scenario. I'll give you scenarios that you guys will decide the ones that is a pull option and the one that is a call option. Let's go. The first one, option to abandon. Now let's look at it from this perspective. You traveled out, assuming you went to Scotland in UK. You have not been sending money home. You have not been sending money home. You have been sending money home for them to maybe buy a real estate for you. You are working here now, you are working very hard. You are doing 40 hours a week. You are working very, very hard. You are now sending money home for them to build investments for you. Now, on getting back home, you now discover that that particular investment has been abandoned. Listen, it has been abandoned. Nothing has been, no work is, nothing, nobody is doing anything on it yet. Money is not coming in. You have spent a lot of money. And now you want to go back to Scotland, and that project has been abandoned. What will you do to the project, Jerry, my dear student? What will you do to the real estate now?
Sell
You will sell it. An option to sell
it.
is a what type of option?
Put option.
It is a put option. So it means that anytime you see any question that is about they will paint the grammar. Do not say and the financial and the CEO they decide to abandon the project. What the examiner is simply trying to tell you to go and do is what? Go and do for me a put option. That's what it's trying to tell you to go and do. Go and do for me a put option. So if you are like me, the moment I see that question of solving a put option, automatically what is coming to my head is I am not, for me, it means that I would not do, it means that I will use put call parity for me, because I don't like put option. But if you know the formula for put option very well, it will be at the back. And if you are so sure of it, you can go and do it straightforward. But for me, I will go and, even if the examiner will not tell me now, but for me, I'll go and use put call parity for the question. So that's that for that. Next one, option to expand. You got to, even from the Scotland that you were safe, you don't collect, I mean, you've been collecting money, you've been collecting inflows. That is, you've been, money has been entering now. They finished the project was not abandoned now. They finished the real estate for you. Maybe you built in maybe Airbnb or what was that one that we used to do in Nigeria? Or you did what's the name? Serviced apartment. Then you've been collecting cash now. Then on getting to Nigeria, it's more, and this thing makes sense. So the inflow is not bad. And what do you now do to the particular investment?
Buy more.
You expand, you will now buy more. Exactly. So you buy more of those estates, you buy more land, you buy more stuff. So that means whenever you see anything that they talk about option to expand, it means it's a call option. So whenever you hear the grammar that they say, can you come, they want to buy more, it is a call option. Now, the third one, option to delay. Now, for option to delay now, note, whenever you see option to delay, it's not as if, now, still based on our scenario, you now go back to Nigeria, you saw that this real estate thing, it makes sense. So, the money is coming in now. But I would like to invest more. Listen, I would like to invest more, but I don't have the money. Okay, let me go back to UK and go and invest. And go and work. So when I work, I will go and buy more. So it's an option to delay because you are delaying the upcoming project. And to your own perspective, is it a put option or a call option?
Call option.
It's still a call option. It's never a put option because you are not even selling anything. That's the first thing. You are just going to work more so that you come and buy that estate. You just delay it. You just delay the project, or you deferred the project, which I'll come back January, to come and invest in that same project, or to come and buy more of that same project. So whenever you see option to delay, it is also a call option. So read the structure, the question is a call option, it means it's an option to, if you read the question option to delay, it means is a call option. The last one, option to switch. When it comes to option to switch, what we are simply saying is, you go back to Nigeria, then you see that this real estate, is good though, but let me try farming. Maybe farming can give me more income. Now, it comes two ways. If you are going into farming, you can go into farming and sell that real estate. Yes, now. You can go into farming and sell the real estate. Or you can go into farming and leave the real estate and just buy maybe farmland. That's why I'm saying that when it comes to option to switch, it could be either. It could be either the option to buy or the option to sell. How do you now know? It now depends on the question. So the question will now tell you, and they are switching clinical, and they decide to buy hair. You will now know that okay, it's a call option. Or they decide to sell hair, you will know is a put option. So what I'm saying is a option to switch could be either. It could be a put option or it could be a call option, depending on the scenario or depending on the question. Yeah. No, I think that's all the explanation I have. The next is for me to start solving, which I'm not doing today. Let's take questions. Let all of us understand very well. So maybe Wednesday, we'll just start imputing figures and we'll end the class on that Wednesday. So I'm going to treat a question on normal option. I'll try to look for one that takes care of maybe real options as well. Then I'll give you guys an assignment. Then the one of the investment appraisal I'll take in our report class. So please, do you have any question at all, please? This is the first time I'm finishing this class as early as this. Any question? Let me check the chat box. Is ND1 the same as D1? Can somebody answer that question? Is ND1 the same thing as D1?
No.
What's the difference between ND1 and D1? Explain the way I will explain.
You put your D1 in your normal distribution table, then from your final answer you add plus 0.5, you get your ND1.
So what you said is you put your D1 into your normal distribution table. Your normal distribution table, which will be provided at the back of your icon question. Maybe icon, yes, at the back of your icon question. So what, Mr. Maka, your mic. Mr. Maka, your microphone. So whatever answer you now get from putting that into your normal distribution table at 0.5, whatever you get becomes your ND1. Is that fine, Mr. Jute? I hope it is. Okay. Please, do you have any other questions? Do you have any question? Please, you can signify. Ask me, oh, no, it's not tomorrow that you will start asking me. Oh.
Okay, Alisa, so you said that for the D2, the formula is given. When we get the D1, 1 minus the formula, so you can get the D2.
Come again. I didn't get what you asked.
No, I did not ask question. I just reply what you said, that if D1 and D2 they are the same thing.
Oh, okay. No, they are not the same. Okay. So do you have any other question, please? So you guys are saying you understand what I explained. Do you guys understand? You should answer me.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, since you understand, I'm coming. Coming. Come now, take your question. This question is attempt. This number one question might be too difficult, but yeah, regardless, still attempt it. You should attempt this number one question as your assignment. Attempt it this night. I'm leaving you guys early now. Okay, not this night, sir. You can do it tomorrow. We'll still meet on Wednesday. So please attempt this number one question. It might be too much, but yeah. So let me just give you the breakdown of the question. Don't just calculate the option, leave the remaining parts. Now, based on this question, they said, let me read the question for us. Enrique Prada is the portfolio manager of an asset management company based in Lagos. Your company has its portfolio 27,750 million shares of Olanshile PLC. I read again. Enrique Prada is the portfolio manager of an asset management company based in Lagos. Your company has its portfolio 27,750,000 shares of Olanshile PLC. A company listed on, I don't think my punctuation marks in this question worked well, but anyways, a company listed on the Nigerian Stock Exchange. The shares are currently trading at 3.60 per share, 3.60 naira per share. The company plans to sell the shares in 6 months' time to pay dividend. And you plan to hedge the risk of Olanshile PLC shares falling by more than 5% from their current market value. A decision has therefore been taken to buy an over-the-counter option to protect the shares. A merchant has offered to sell an appropriate 6-month option to your company for 1,250,000 naira. Olanshile share price has annual standard deviation of 13% and a risk-free of 4% per year required. Evaluate whether or not the price at which the merchant price is willing to sell the option is a fair price. Number 2, explain briefly without calculation how a decrease in the value of each of the following variables is likely to change the value of a call option: volatility, risk-free, excess price, stock price, and time to expiration. I didn't have time to expiration. Please add time to expiration to the question. Now, let's assume, my first question, which is, I don't want to say that part, but yeah, if I want you guys to attempt the question, I think I might have to break it down to that end. I didn't want to explain, or I didn't want to talk about it either it's a call option or put option tonight. But anyways, now let me ask you, is it a call option or a put option?
Option.
It's a call option.
From your end is a call option.
But which one before my end? What is my end? The question is, okay, let's do something. If you want to answer me, signify, please. And once you answer me, you will tell me why. You just tell me the kind of option that it is. You will answer me. Come on, so let me pick people. Okay, Mr. Lucky. Mr. Lucky, talk to me.
Thank you, sir. Okay, so thank you, sir. It's the call option.
Okay.
Because
why?
In this case now they're asking us to evaluate whether or not the price at which the merchant wants to sell it to us is a fair price. So in that case, it means that we're trying to buy it from the merchant. So I'll say it's the call option.
Okay. Thank you very much. Mrs. Star. Oh, sorry. Olakiton, talk to me, please. Yeah, fast. Time was gone.
Okay, I choose a call option because of the requirement. Because what the requirement says, requirement says you should what say?
So you're in the same boat with Mr. Lucky, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Baka, are you in the same boat?
No,
You
Oyo
change
is
your
my
boat.
name. Oh.
Yeah. Why? What option do you think it is?
It's a put option for two reasons. Number one is that the company said they plan to sell a number of shares to pay dividend in 6 months' time. So that means they want to sell that shares is the underlying asset. So for them to wanting to sell the shares, it's a put option. That's one. Then secondly, is they are trying to hedge against a fall in the price of the underlying asset. So if you're trying to hedge against a fall, I don't know how to explain it, but it's a put option.
I like that place where you go that you put the goalpost, that you put the ball. You change the goalpost. Nice one. I'll come back to you. I think that's somebody else will stop there now. The person don't run. You be here answers you ran. So it might be like my own no gel. Anyways, from my own little knowledge of SFM, I would support. Who should I support? Who should I go for? It's a put option now. It's not a call option. It's a put option. Yes, let me explain why it is a put option. First of all, like Ms. Amaka said, the company wants to sell. This is what they are trying to do. They want to sell. They want to sell. They want to sell their shares, Abi, in 6 months' time to pay dividend. Also, one merchant has also now offered to sell to them. Listen to me. The merchant has offered to sell to them. It does not mean that the examiner now says, I can. The examiner says, evaluate whether or not the merchant price is willing to sell is a fair price. It's not, the question did not say the price that you want to buy is a fair price. So what it means is what you are calculating here is not the price that you want to buy. It's not even the price that shares is selling for. Don't even make it. What you are calculating here is basically the price that the merchant is selling it. That makes sense. That is what you are calculating. Is the question. Understand question. Don't set question for yourself. The question says, see, ICANN questions are always as straightforward as possible. I've told you guys something before in this class that there's something I'm very sure ICANN used to try to prevent. They always try to prevent misconception. Or there's something we call your own discretion. They always try to prevent it because they know that they have thousands of students. They cannot set a question that personal discretion can come in because 200 will select buy, 200 will select sell. So they always try to avoid discretion. So they always try to make their question as clear as possible. So this one, it says that whether or not the price which merchant price is willing to sell is a fair price, it does not mean we are buying now. It does not mean he's selling to us. Fine, he wants to sell to us. He has offered the amount he wants to sell to us. They just told us to calculate whether the price that he wants to sell it to us is a fair price, not the price that we want to buy it from him. Do you understand? An option to sell is a put option. Makes this particular one a put option. Does my explanation make sense? Or it not make sense? It makes sense.
Full answer. Sense, full answer.
Even I even say it don't make sense. I will ask people to tell me your own. Who am I? How many cents do I have? Anyways, for me, it's a put option. Anyways, so for a put option, so you can decide to use put option straightforward, and you can decide to use a call option. Yes, I need to address that. Mr. Maka, that your idea, that place that you went to put the goalpost, it made a whole lot of sense. Believe me, I've not really focused on that angle before. So what she said was, the question says that they plan to hedge the risk by falling If you want to buy something, would you be hedging the risk from falling? Reason now. If you want to buy something, it is for the price to not. Do you understand? You will not really be hedging from the price from falling. So you can only say you can only hedge a risk if you want to sell from falling. I don't know if that makes sense. I want to say one calculator for 1,000 naira. I want to say one calculator for 1,000 naira. I can hedge the risk from falling to 800 down. But imagine I want to buy something. I want to buy a calculator from 1,000. Would I also be hedging 1,000 from falling? If I will be hedging 1,000 from going up, I will not hedge it from free. If it fall down, you pay me now, so that I will buy the calculator for lesser price. So that angle as well makes sense. Anyways, as I was explaining, so let's bring out our variables. So we're very good. So you can decide to use put call parity or use normal put option, anyone that's comfortable for you. So let's look at our variables. What's our price of underlying? Excuse me. What's our price of underlying? What's our PA in the question?
It's 275. 3.6.
3.60. 3 naira 60 kobo.
3 naira 60 kobo is our PA. That's the shares are currently trading. That's our market price. That's our current price. That's our PA. What's our PE? Our excess price. What's our excess price?
3.42.
3.42. How do you get 3.42, Miss Kiton? Don't go do magic.
She's correct, sir. It's 5%. That's 95% of 3 naira 60 kobo, sir.
It's not even allow me confuse us more. Wow.
No, you are not confused.
If you allow me confuse her now.
I'm not
But anyways,
confusing me. I read the question.
but yeah, that's very correct. So it says that you are planning to hedge a risk. So it means that you guys are planning to agree something. So what this part is simply saying, let me go back to my calculator example. I come to you, I want to use the calculator by November. How much is your calculator? 20,000. In my head, I'm like, okay, come. I want to hedge that 20,000. Okay, but since it's selling, it will not work for me. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. You know, it's between me and Miss Esther. What happened now? Indeed, give me. So, like what I'm saying is, it's between me and Miss Esther. So, me, I want to buy, she want to sell. So, since we are looking at it from selling, so we'll look at it from our own angle. So, from our own angle now, she will now say, okay, this calculator is 20,000. But please, I don't know how much this. I don't want this calculator to. I don't want this price to go and fall. Do you understand? I don't want this price to go and fall. I don't want to fall to maybe 10,000. Can we do something? Can we agree that let's agree a price within 5% of this this cost? That will be our excise price. So that agreed price. So 5% of it. So what they did that they got 3.42 was they reduced 3.6 by 5%. You can do it two ways. You can do 5% of 3.6, whatever figure you get, subtract it from 3.6. Or, if you're a smart student, this 3.6 is 100. It's 100%. So, and they say it's falling now. So it means 100 minus 5%. It gives you 95%. So if you do 95% of this 3.6, it will still give you the same answer. So they said it's 3.42. So if our PA is 3.6, our PE is 3.42. What's our standard deviation?
13%.
Our risk-free income?
4%.
Time to expiration?
6 months.
0.5. That's 6 months.
0.5. Thank you very much. Never use your time to expiration in months. Please always convert it to years. So if they give you 9 months, convert it to years. If any month they give you, convert it to years. So that will be 0.5. That will be 0.5. So all those things, just insert it in that. If it's put option formula you want to, so this is the assignment I want to give you. Calculate this put option using normal put option formula, then using put call parity. That's my assignment. Do this thing I gave you. Do it using normal put option formula, which is this one, this first option, this put option formula. Do that thing using this normal put option formula, this long one. Then also do it using put call parity. See if you get the same answer. Compare your answers. Is it the same? It's one giving Canada, it's one giving you a hand. Just compare, they have the same answers. So that's my assignment for you. What else do I need to say? Okay. Mr. Ifena, talk to me, please.
Please, sir, I have a little clarification. With this question now, what I had in mind was that we're going to multiply the total share by the current market value, and then that's for the SO. Then
come again.
For the,
we
multiply the shares, number of share by the current market value. And then for the that's for the exercise price, we'll not reduce that 3.6 by 5%, and then multiply it by
the number of shares again.
Just I had in mind.
You shall like big figures. If you do that thing that is in your mind, the way your figure will look like, you say will not like it, because your risk free will not be your number. You will not like the figures. But the thing is, don't forget what I said. Exercise price is shares now. It's like a price that we are just agreeing. But it's not the total number of calculator that we are agreeing now. It's just on one calculator. Who knows if I want, imagine I now say that, okay, that calculator, see, maybe I want to go and resell it in maybe Jogger Center or whichever center they are writing, I can say, okay, it's 100 I want to. We will not negotiate the whole 100 together now. So we will just negotiate for just that one. And after I've now done everything, I can go and multiply this number of shares. But for the very, very beginning, it's always per. It's price per.
Okay. Thank you.
Price per share, excess price per share, price per item, excess price per item. So if you want to go to the market, you want to buy a calculator, but you want to go and sell all those calculators in the market. You want to buy 100 calculator. If you get to the market, we see what's the price of 100 calculator. We see what's the price of 100 cup of rice. If you see what's the price of 1 cup of rice, multiply by the 100. Exactly what's happening there.
Thank you, sir.
Monsieur, you're welcome. Monsieur, talk to me, please.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Please, sir, clarification on the time.
Oh, you're breaking. I can't hear you.
It says 6 months, and we got 0.5. Please, I don't understand.
Understand what? How 6 months became 0.5?
I said I did not get how we got the 0.5 for the time. But
6 months. Convert 6 months to years. What do you have?
6 months.
Convert 6 months to years. What do you have?
Yes.
What do you have now? I say yes. I don't know if you can hear me, but if you convert months to years, if you convert 6 months to years, you have 0.5. That's 6 divided by 12. I don't know if that makes sense, but anyways, that's the answer. That's how they go 0.5. Ms. Favor, talk to me, please.
Okay, sir. Is option pricing different from the normal edging, or is like a separate topic on its own or something?
They are not even related.
Okay.
Because I say they are edging, right? Everybody edges now. You
Okay,
edge, I
thank
edge
you.
too. Everybody edges. You have edged today. I can guarantee that you've edged today. Everybody has edged today. Some of you will say, me like this, what I edge the most is food. I will say, what should I eat though? Should I eat rice now? What will I eat in the night? So that I don't waste the rice. Let me eat bread now so that I can eat rice in the night. I've edged that risk now. I've edged the risk of me eating now and not having anything to eat in the night. So that's what edging means. It's an English terminology. Not really. Please, am I safe? Am I free to go? Do you have any other questions, please? Anything you can do? Miss Sarah, previous hand or no one? Previous hand, I mean? Okay. Please have any other question? So you get an assignment to submit for me. So attempt that question. Attempt it using put call parity and the normal put option. The B part is that thing I told you. That relationship that I told you now, that I said when one is going up, when one is coming down, blah, blah, blah. So write that one out and submit by latest 8 p.m. tomorrow. Submit latest 1 p.m. on Wednesday. I'm saying that so that I will look at it before the class, that I will know where you guys got it from so I can adjust it. So please submit it. Those anybody that by 1 or by 12, not 1, 12, sorry, 12 p.m. on Wednesday. Anybody that knows submit by that time, or you're lower. But I will still come and solve it in class regardless. So, and I might decide not to. I'm just saying. So please do it. 1 p.m. in class. 1 p.m. I'm sorry, 12 p.m. on Wednesday. I expect my answer. Miss Sarah. Miss Sarah. I cannot hear you. I don't know. I'm with you. Okay. I assume it was a mistake. So in the absence of no further question, Miss Sarah, I
Sorry, the
can hear
hand
you
is a
now.
mistake, sir.
Okay, thank you. But you still raised it again. This woman. Anyways, in the absence of no other questions or observations, I would like to call it a night. Okay. So hold on everyone. I'm not asking you, Miss Sarah. I'm not asking you at all. So well done everyone. Well done. Thank you very much for listening to me. And I would see you guys later this week. Wednesday most likely. If I would not be able to make it, I would make an announcement, but I'm sure I should. On that note, enjoy the rest of your night, do my assignment, read your books, and I'll see you when I see you. Good night, everyone.